Yeah, I'm going to ask everyone to move forward. They're too far away. Hi guys. Can I ask everyone to move forward? You're too far away. Just come a little bit closer. You can bring a chair if you want to. Yeah, you can just grab it. And you can bring a bean bag, bring a chair. Maybe we can have the link. Can we turn on this aircon? Can we turn on this aircon?
The air conditioner?
Yeah, can we turn it on? You get very hot here. I'm going to sweat a lot. I'll put this here. So, you joining in? Oh, cool. Okay. All right, now. Don't want to run out of battery and see. Right. Oh yeah. You shouldn't shouldn't wind electrical wire actually. It's not when it's on. Okay, that's cool. It's got my. Okay, good. That means I'm not going to run out of power. Okay, shall we start? Shall we wait 5 minutes? I think we can start.
I think it's okay.
Okay, you're the.
Yep.
I can relax for a moment.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Join Forces Today event hosted by Richard. And my name is Link. Everyone call me Link. And I'm one of the core contributor of a Forces community. Here is one of the Forces offline physical space. And we already hosted a lot of the longevity related topics about mental healthy, body healthy. And today's topic is about the roots of a pain. So I want to quickly introduce about this space. This is a space that can provide drinks, and this common space can host an event. And the third floor, we have a co-working space. People, if you want to have a nice, good working place, you can come in here. And now it's a freebie you provide, and I already provide for a lot of months. About longevity is a very big topic. I heard a lot of people already discuss about that. So Forces regularly we want to explore some topic. Longevity is one of this topic. We want to explore everyone in Chiang Mai what we are caring about longevity and explore it from the Western way, from the Eastern way, right? There have too many topics. So I want to quickly to show everyone here, we made a WhatsApp group to have more future discussion in this group. And if you care about today's topic, you may gonna have a lot of interesting about future events. So if you want to know more, you can scan the QR code, join the group. We're gonna advertise our future events in the group. And another advertisement is we're gonna host a longevity talk event to gathering the past speakers and the attendees join together to have a discussion about what we care about longevity, why we care about that. It's gonna in the 16th July, so we're gonna think all the information in the group. Yes, that's everything I want to say. But and I will preparing some teas during this event. Everyone can taste it. That also we're selling the teas. We show the stories over there. That's all. And welcome, Richard.
Okay, great. Thanks, Link. Yeah. Well, first of all, I think it's just so amazing. I want to thank Link and everybody at 4Cs for organizing this event, of course everyone for coming, but sort of, it comes straight away. Longevity, long life, if you're in pain, like it just means long life of pain or in pain. So it's sort of like they are really very connected. And thank you, Summer, because Summer invited me to do these talks. And we've talked about fear, anxiety, and dread. We've talked about relationship, loneliness, and connection. Okay? And the interesting thing is I kind of have the same story or same solution for all of the areas. So I'll explain it. I'll explain why that is. So I decided, I think my original title was pain, discomfort, and something like that, or pain and healing or something. And then I changed the title to be Roots of Pain because, well, actually it goes back to my experience and interest in energy. So I used to, well, last presentation I put up my qualifications, that I have a degree in psychology, that I'm a naturopath, that I've been a professional body worker, assistant for the Boral Institute, helping them do visceral manipulation and blah, 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 blah. So many different things, but it doesn't really tell you much apart from, oh, he has letters after his name, so we can say we should listen to him, yeah? But my life was very different. In 1989, after Tiananmen, I went into mainland China and I met a master. Purely, I wasn't even planning to go to Chengdu, I was planning to go to Beijing, but after Tiananmen, I think I cannot go to Beijing. I just don't feel comfortable. So I went to Chengdu and I met a master, and he put energy inside me in the form of a seed, a Taoist seed, yeah? And that changed my life. I was like, wow, everything I think I know about energy. Well, number one is I believed it was fake. I thought it was suggestion and hypnosis, yeah? No, I was like blown away. In 3 days, I was able to, and still able to, hold up my hand, scan somebody and say what's going on in their body and where they've got like blocks or problems. Not in terms of a Western medical diagnosis. I say, I feel something there. I don't know what it is, but there you got a problem, yeah? So, and then that just opened a door. And I felt like betrayed and let down by society because, like, I've been told this is bullshit and you're crazy if you believe it. And it's in a way, it's a door to demons and devils and bad things. And yeah, that wasn't really my experience. I thought, well, number one, I know that this is good, this makes sense. And the teacher was always explaining everything. So hats off to my teacher, Lu Jintruan, who has passed a few years ago. I had to reorient myself. And when I came back to Europe, I wanted to teach them about Tao. And a very important thing about Tao is Wu Wei, which is actually doing nothing. And actually, if you tell a Westerner that those years ago, oh, I want to teach you to do nothing, they'd, well, I can do nothing anytime. Yes, no, it's more than that. So I felt like, okay, I've got to repackage it. I've got to find a way to make this interesting. So I was always, the way I ended up in China is because I was interested in Chinese Kung Fu. And then I study and teach Chinese Kung Fu and try to bring the Tao as part of that. And so that extended into Tai Chi Chuan, yeah, which I started very first time when I'm 20 or something like that. So now 40 years ago, more or less. And then again, I studied things we would call psychology. I have a bachelor's in psychology, but I studied NLP because I noticed if I can talk to you, energetic changes were happening in people just by talking to them. I'm like, whoa, this is like the hypnosis thing is energetic, but that's not what I learned. Yeah. So like we have our own qigong, and we don't call it qigong. We call it hypnosis, but actually, it's obviously related. And I worked on a lot of people. So I worked doing body work, because again, if you can change the person's body, they get better. And then I realized actually if you don't change their energy and just fix the body, it's going to return to the same problem. So you have to make an energetic change. It's like you're wasting your time. You're not completely wasting your time. The body will be able to hold onto the change as long as it can. It's like holding on with its fingernails, and then at some point it says, look, this ain't me, this isn't my nature, and then the problem comes back. And then since 2019, Hong Kong goes crazy and explodes, literally explodes, with riots in the street. Summer and I, we were both there at that time. We didn't know each other, but we were. I was literally on the Mongkok side. I was on the Kowloon side, and she's on the Hong Kong side. And I look out the window, get a face full of tear gas, and she had a similar experience. I was invited to be a full-time visiting practitioner at a super luxury spa called Kamalaya, which you might have heard of. It's an amazing place. It's just amazing. And then COVID came. So I was like, I'm moving to Thailand for a few weeks. And then COVID came. I'm like, okay, I'm moving to Thailand I met my girlfriend, 5 years, and still continuing. So I'm extremely lucky, and I'm lucky to be in Thailand. I'm lucky to be with the person that I'm with. And then meeting the Four Cs group. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm doing the same thing. I wrote 5 books about energy in my time, yeah? And it's some of them are a little bit more philosophical. Some of them say, just do it. Here's some things, and this is things you can practically do. And some of them are in between, yeah? Okay. Oh, there's my books, yeah? This one is kind of about words, about the effect of words. I call it emotional grammar. But that's got a lot of science, we might say. It's got actual science in it. The rest you can't really say is science, sadly. Okay, energy. Energy definition. So I don't know anybody done Reiki? And I mean, I can include myself. So like, we all talk about energy. If you've done a Reiki class, great effects of Reiki, but nobody teaches you, despite it all being about energy, nobody says, what is energy? Yeah, let me talk to you about energy. So I like to give you a picture, what is energy, in a simplest way. So literally, you can say there's a magnet. You can imagine a magnet here between my hands. This is one polarity. This is the opposite polarity. And in the middle is another important point. Because we can't call this 0 and 1 like you do in binary, we have to say this is +1, this is -1, this is 0. The center point, the 0 point, is the controlling point. Okay? So for energy, and then of course, if you said the universe comes from this original energy, or all energy comes from original energy, you could imagine that energy starts here with 0, that we have +1, -1, and from there you have lower +1, -1. It just starts to branch out like a root. Yes? Are you following me? Oh, wow, that's good. This is yes. I always go, this is yes, this is no. All right? So now, interesting, because if you talk about prana, people say, oh, energy is prana. Prana is breath. actually prana is not breath originally. I have this from Sanskrit scholars, so you can challenge me and I just go, what they said, yeah? Prana means prana, which means before breath. So we're going back to this original point, you could say to this 0 point, actually. So prana is not about breathing in its original form. It's about this source of breath, in and out, +1, -1. Okay? So yeah, that's my working definition. I've written books on this, so you appreciate this is very, very simple. Okay? It's just practical. All right? There we have the polarity splitting. This is the old idea. So this is, you might say Wuji or Taiji. I think this is Taiji, actually. And then this is +1, this is -1, and then it continues. If we got this energy that we're talking about, you could imagine that it also, if you're trying to express energy and you're Chinese and you've got a piece of paper, I mean, you don't have to be Chinese, but you've got a piece of paper, you express it, okay, I can express it as this root, and then you can say, but actually if I look at nature, because everything in nature should be expressing energy in some way, otherwise it's fake. What about waves? Everything is a wave, yeah? We are, all of our movements are waves. Everything has a certain, our blood moves through the body in waves, our breath is waves, so everything is waves. So obviously you can express energy as waves from 0 and then increasing and then going back to below 0, so -1. And then, this is a bit small, they have the same diagram, but they've spiraled it, because you notice with waves, essentially they're also spirals, but it's hard to express two-dimensionally something which is very 3- and 4-dimensional. Yeah, so this is why you have a number of pictures of energy. You need to kind of be superimposing them on each other to really understand what energy is about. The cool thing, do you know what a presupposition is? A presupposition is something that I assume must be true. Yeah? So if there is energy, then everything is connected and there's something bigger than me that's connecting everything. There's some sort of knowledge or force bigger than me that goes back beyond time, beyond space. It's hard, it's like, it's blowing my mind to express the dimensions of it. Okay? If everything is connected and I am energy as well, then I also have, maybe to some extent, and I think people who have some psychic experience will probably say yes, definitely, then I have access to this information. I have access to these dimensions, which presents us with an opportunity, you could say, or something very cool and very interesting. I researched this for my psychology degree, that I was like, this is super interesting. So I did research, scientific research, which was on our ability to feel things way beyond the body. And then you're talking about research like Rupert Sheldrake, the sense of being stared at. I don't know if you've heard of the research. So Rupert Sheldrake, he's somebody that believes that there is something which we can't measure, or something which is there. There's connections which are there, which are very hard to measure. And so he has lots of interesting experiments with animals and so on. It's very, very interesting. But he has one where he has somebody with, they have like skin sensors. So the the resistance of the skin the electromagnetic resistance of the skin changes on your stress level. Yeah? If your stress level, if your stress level changes, then the resistance changes. So it's something that happens, but it's not conscious. It's something that happens on an unconscious or subconscious level. So if I'm looking at Karen now, she doesn't have to think anything for her skin resistance to change. It would be automatic. And I've got a little device that I put on Karen, and I put her in a room and put a two-way mirror. So she doesn't know if someone's looking at her or not. And we're just seeing, okay, put someone looking at her, is there a change or no change? There's changes. So then they said, well, maybe the person can hear the person in the other room. So they set it up with cameras, CCTV. Yeah, so they're not in the directly neighboring room. They're like the other building. Okay, so it's still working. They're still getting the changes. And it continues and continues and continues. So the complexity of that experiment is very interesting about how scientists say, no, you need to improve your level of proof. For me, it's like it was proved very early on, but okay, it's still very interesting. So they have double blinds as well. So people that never being stared at, and does it change? It comes out with quite conclusive proof that we have senses more than we know, which fits in with my conceptual framework of energy. Energy is everything, so yeah, of course it fits. Yeah. All right. Pain. Let's be simple. Simple definition. Pain is a signal from the nervous system that something may be wrong. So is it emotional? Is it physical? You could say, you might even say, I'm out of balance. Yeah? If you're Chinese, you know this one because it's so simple. It's also very similar to the osteopathic concept. And it's kind of cute because the Chinese got these 4 words and they just rearranged them. And the words, this is tong, this is tong, this is teng, tong, tong, so this is tong bu tong. So it sounds like the same thing. And this is tong bu tong. So it sounds like you're saying the same sentence to Westerners, but actually you're saying, when there's flow, you're not going to experience any pain. If there's a block, you're going to experience pain. Whether that is emotional, mental, physical, whatever. It's so simple. 4 Chinese characters organized in different ways explains it. It's so cool. It's so succinct, yeah? And yet it's so big, you know? So the osteopaths call it the rule of the artery. If anything blocks the artery, it's a problem. So artery could be seen as, you could say it's also metaphorical, if something is blocking the flow. So I thought I'd, come with an example. So let's look at nature for flow and pain. If I block a river, what do I experience? Above the block, inundation, flooding, the fish that are in the river. Before they're in the river, they know where they are. Now they're everywhere. They're swimming around here. They're swimming in Sarapi. They're swimming in Sarapi in the houses. Last year, they think, oh, I found our river is so interesting now. Yeah. There's confusion, not only for the people in, like the creatures that live in the river, but the people that don't live in the river. Everything's suddenly changed, and we've got a problem. We're having difficulties. It's a state of emergency, for us at least. Yeah. On the downside of the river, I have dryness. I have pools of water which are no longer flowing, so they become stagnant. The mosquitoes love them. They're a source of disease, a source of not very good things. Good things for mosquitoes, of course. It's all relative. Yeah. Again, I have a loss of transportation. I'm unable to move the dirt, the mud, the nutrients, and of course it becomes drier and drier. Eventually, I have a fire risk. It becomes very hot. It's not able. The system is not able to balance. Okay, and then we have just as something I think is an interesting analogy. If you notice, the shape of rivers is root-shaped. It looks like, it looks like a tree in a way. It's like a root. Yeah. So this is again going back to that original natural Entfaltung. What is that in these? Natural development of energy. Oh, yeah, I've got that in twice apparently. And that's pictures from Chiang Mai last year. Not my picture. Yeah, there we have. So we have this root structure, we see it in lightning, we see it in our nervous system, we see it in blood, we see it in the blood, the arteries, the lymph, the veins. So you've got more than one blood system, or more than one type of system in the blood that's root formed. We see it in rivers, we see it in air. Air is moving in the same way, it's dividing in the same way. Of course, it's going into the lungs. If you look at the lungs, the trachea, the bronchiolon, the alveoli, eventually they're absolutely a root system. And then we see DNA. And you're probably thinking DNA, that's not root, that's a spiral. But your DNA is spiraling, or there's a root through your family tree, through your ancestors. It goes up all the way out. And I think we can also say that information is connected always with more and more and more and more and more information. And that goes downwards and upwards. So bigger and bigger chunks and smaller chunks. Yeah, this is something, I think this is, I forget the scientist that worked on that, but it's chunking. I think it's, no, it doesn't matter. Also, we could see that if you look at the way we've organized space, you see how roads, they're like roots, the way the roads have been organized. So we literally, it's everywhere. So it's kind of cool. So we need our roots to keep our structure, to keep our stability. We could even ask, what is the energy of the root? And we can also look, if we're looking at a tree, you can see that it looks like there's roots below, but if you look at the structure of the leaves, it's totally root structured. So there's something very beautiful in the mirroring of the root all the way down into the earth and all the way out. So the root energy, where does it come from? Of course, it comes from a seed. Yeah, it expands from a single point. If we're thinking of a tree or a plant, we've got this seed. It contains all the information, and then it expands out. And I think it's like I was saying to Link, it's like the blockchain. Every part has the whole blockchain inside. It has. Yeah, so it's fascinating that blockchain has actually been developed in a very natural way, a very root kind of way, and it's expanding from a single point, and each part must be connected to the whole. If one part has a problem, it really affects everything, or it's connected with everything. So the root structure, and the same with energy, it is fractal. Do you know what fractal means? So fractal is I think it's the name of the mathematics, which is able to allow the graphic designers, when they're making a cloud on a computer game, they can type in a formula that says, like, you add this and then do this, and then you build a formula that makes a natural shape. So it's a fractal, which means the smaller part is not exact copy of the greater part, but it's similar. So it like spirals out. Have I explained that really badly? Thank you. Oh, I thought you were going, yes, yeah, I've explained it very badly. I'm a scientist and I can tell you that's wrong, okay? Okay, so I think you get the idea. Like, it's a bit like, people have the idea it's like a, what do you call it? The picture inside a picture inside a picture, hologram, yeah? People have the idea it's like a hologram. Actually, I think it's more like a fractal, like it's a pattern that you can expand upwards and downwards, and it's actually the same pattern. And if we think about us, we start with this basic egg, and then that divides, and it divides. Each part contains all the information from the original part, and it divides, and very soon it's a human. The one thing that remains the same, even though it's dividing, the one thing remains the same. What is it? It's the central energy. It's that when something divides, there's that central energy. It's like the 0 point in our magnet. Yeah? And whenever a cell is dividing, it's like, wow, okay, I need the 0 point to be activated to allow this natural balance. If the 0 point isn't there, it's not going to divide. You could say it's dead. It's not going to continue. Yeah? In fact, what will happen is you could say a different kind of 0 point will come because it's going to get reabsorbed. And it'll be divided. Yeah? Okay, so the central point as a root energy, so we talk about the central energy as a root energy. It organizes things. If you think about your body and you stand, how do you organize your body? Balance, gravity. It's through the central energy. But this is, again, it's a pattern that you can follow all the way through. Everything is organized around its central energy. You could say the center of a wheel, it does nothing, but without it, you don't have a wheel. Yeah? Energetically, it's where we grow from. It's where every cell grows from. It's a center of balance, it's a center of energy, it's a center of life. It's also a 0 point. Everything has a center, has a 0 point. Everything. Yeah? So it's a kind of, you could kind of imagine it's something that connects us with everything. Yeah? Fascinating. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be so enthusiastic about what I say, but for me it is honestly fascinating. So the central energy is the heart of the spiral. You know the heart, by the way, is a spiral. I don't know if you know. The heart beats in a spiral, and it's the prime mover. It's a peace point. It's a creation point. If we think about, human creation, they say the Big Bang. Well, it's before the Big Bang, you could say. It's a creation point. It's responsible for stability and change equally. Seed point is the hub of the wheel. It's a controlling point if we think of the plus-minus energy analogy. So, don't run away. It's not a religious talk. But when we personally, if you go to a Vipassana retreat or you have a spiritual experience, you feel centered and connected with the Creator. So the Buddha, they express it with like a snake rising, the Kundalini, or in Chinese Kung Fu, you're always moving around the center. This experience, the experience that's borne out in a number of examples, so you don't have to take my word for it. There's a number of people that say this is, connected. We experience the divine. We experience like awakening, Buddha nature. Whether awakening, I think we're a little bit hung up on awakening. The awakening is on various levels. So I think if you just feel connected with yourself, that's all you need in that moment. Yeah? These are just different words of the same experience. So the Buddha nature, the divine, Atman is some people say the higher self. I think some groups say the zero. Psychologist called Richard Schwartz described the self with these characteristics, which I can relate to this central energy. So people that, when they're connected with themselves, they're not about themselves. They're very compassionate. They're very connected with other people. They're creative. They're curious. They're in flow, and they have, well, you can say the yogic traditions talk about them having suddenly special powers, yeah, which are called siddhis, yeah, and funnily enough, when you get a special power, you're often thrown out of your center, which is why they recommend don't look for them, because they're trouble, and it's true, okay? I would agree with that, yeah? Absolutely, when you connect with this energy, and this is what I do, is I connect people with this energy, you're not fear-driven, you feel neutral, you feel balanced, and yeah, your life starts not to be fear-based. You start to be more meaning-based, meaning-purpose-based. So practices supporting the central energy: meditation, mindfulness, yoga, tai chi. Traditional Chinese medicine. If you ever notice, you go to a doctor, he's always only trying to find balance between your elements. It's the central point. Yeah? That's all he's interested in. He's not interested in diagnosing you with a sickness. He's interested, you have too much fire and a bit of dampness above and below needs to be balanced. Just balance. Chinese Kung Fu, absolutely about that. That's and Tai Chi. Tai Chi, you could say, literally means a big like pillar or post that's beyond any dimension. Inexpressibly huge or small pillar. Yeah? So we could say, oh yeah, it's referring to this. Client-centered therapies. And I have their IFS, internal family systems. So I think I'm preaching to the choir, okay? So have you ever you've gone on a long walk, you arrive home, you feel so centered, so balanced, so at peace with the world, and then someone, you could say, shits on your day, yeah? And it's like, and all of your fears and your anxieties come out. It's normal. Yeah, that's normal. That's kind of the problem. We're in our center, and then something throws us out. So we have wonderful meditation, for example, meditation retreats, or going to your or yoga practice, and then somebody is, and they're like, oh, I need to defend myself. Yeah, it's because we have wounds, and it's because we have insecurities, and because we have all these things that are really what happens is we shift our center to try and avoid that pain. Yeah, so that's our centers, our Wounds obviously also make a root structure, and they're also easy for us to bring ourselves out of balance with those. Yeah. Okay. I can't remember what the next slide is, so forgive me. Okay, so the idea is, and this is my recommendation, if you can afford it, find your center and go and sit on a mountain and try not to let anybody bother you. Or, if you can't afford it, in fact, the Taoists say, in fact, I believe now the Buddhists say, better not become a monk. Live with people, because then you'll find out what brings you out of your center, because that's actually what you need to heal. Yeah? So whatever's bringing you out of your center, if someone causes you trouble, you say, thank you, teacher. You're showing me what's bringing me out of my center. Let me re-find it. In this moment, I will be an arsehole. I will be angry with you. I will shout at you. If I don't shout at you, I will shout at myself about how upset I am about you being an asshole. Yeah? So, the idea is gradually, number one, some people, they're not really aware of their center. So hopefully we can help you find, your center, your inner consciousness for your center, your awareness for your center. And then one thing that I propose is, again, the energy work and mentoring that I do is helping people find that center and then build on it so they don't become dependent on me. I'm not interested in becoming a guru. I think I mentioned I had bad experience with coercive control and mind control groups before in my life. So I absolutely don't want to control anyone. I just give you the tools. You find your way. You have a problem, you can come and ask me. That's why I like books, because you read my book. Okay, it's there. You decide. I'm not trying to create 10,000 million followers. I think 10,000 million is anyway too many. I don't think we have that many people. Okay, yes, I think we do. We have more than that. Okay. Okay, so strengthening the center. Do you think that was simple? Did you think that was simple? It's easy. Okay. So this is where it gets complicated. There's weird things in the world. You wouldn't believe it. There's black magic. This is something I had a long, long time struggling with because I don't want to believe it's true. There's black magic. There's curses. There's spirits. There's all kinds of things out there. Whether you believe them or not. Let me say, I like to say when I'm doing energy work, it doesn't matter what's true. It doesn't matter what's correct. It only matters what's valid. So this fits in with is it William James, the American psychologist, who said radical pragmatism. Do what works. So I find that when I'm working with people and they're not getting results, it's because it's something else and it's something a little bit further. And then you start going into these areas. So somebody having all kinds of problems, all kinds of obsessions, all kinds of addictions, I would say the evidence, as far as I'm aware of it, it points to them having problems with curses and so on. And there's dissociative identity disorder can literally be because you have another entity that's causing you trouble and talking inside you, and you feel like, and I know I'm a psychologist and I know that isn't a popular view, but generally psychology and psychotherapy is becoming more and more spiritual, and we don't know what is consciousness. That's the science. We haven't proved consciousness. So yeah, it's interesting. So all of these things like karma, even depression, you can consider there may be an outlier that is causing the problem. Yeah. So it's hard to know. What is the solution? connect with God, meditate on the Creator. The Creator, God, is the 0 point, isn't he? Like for my metaphor, it's this central point. So reconnecting, that's wonderful. I'm absolutely all for that. I think Islam, I don't know about I couldn't have a theological discussion, but I think the word Islam means surrender to God. So, that'd work. That's cool. Rituals, forgiveness is a 0 point. I'm not +1 -1 with this person anymore. I'm 0. So actually, you could say the people, and particularly in my culture or my upbringing was Jesus, is preaching 0 point. Yeah. You find a guru, a teacher. Again, often people are not ready to be gurus that set themselves up as gurus. A very typical one is Osho, who was not, in my opinion, not a very nice man. Well, that's not even fair. I think he wasn't ready to be a guru. Put it like that. That's fair. I wouldn't say he's not a nice man. Okay. My favorite is you find your center. Thank you for coming.
I'm so sorry.
No, thank you for coming.
I will come again, but not this time.
We'll come on the 16th, I think.
I could try that.
Yeah, that's a general talk, but so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about resetting to the center. So I like this analogy. You know when you get the blue screen or there's a problem with your phone, you just turn it off and restart it. That's a great way. Everything goes to 0 and then it restarts. All right. So now, this is the bit that I get to do with, does anybody have any pain? Okay, so we have some people with pain. Okay, this is where the how can I say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, or something like that. That was the one I was looking for. I couldn't. You had it in your mind. So the rubber hits the road, absolutely, because I've talked about this, and now you're coming with a physical, I guess, could be mental, could be emotional. You're coming with a pain, and the only thing I've got is the method of strengthening the energy in the center and connecting with insight. So, so can I have the hands again? So, okay, everyone's got pain. Everyone's got pain. Okay. Can you come? I'll start with you. So you can come up here. You can face them. All right. What's your name?
Bruce.
Bruce. Okay. I'll give you a microphone, Bruce. Can I give you that?
Yeah.
Can I give you that as well?
Okay.
You have to hold 2. That's for my recording. All right, Bruce. Can you? I'm smiling. Okay, but let's assume everybody's pain could be quite personal and quite private and quite intimate. So although you've come up here, there's a certain pressure that you experience standing in front of people. I do not want that to coerce you to sharing anything that you feel uncomfortable with. And this goes for all of you, okay? So it's a natural pressure. They use this, by the way, in landmark education. They put people in front, and I don't agree with it. It's a natural coercion. I think they should be more careful with it. So can you say what your pain is, Bruce?
You mean physically or mentally?
Which pain do you want to work on right now?
For now, my left shoulder.
Your left shoulder is painful.
Yeah, my left shoulder, the mobility, something is pumping, the fiber.
Okay.
The shoulder is not too much space.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. I want to keep it really simple. Just tell me where the pain is, and That's all I want to know. So very often people will, and this is when you get into emotional stuff, they're going to tell me a story, why they have the pain. Honestly, if you knew why you have the pain, I believe you wouldn't have the pain, if that makes sense. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you have the pain?
Left shoulder.
What level of pain do you have now?
If top is 10, right now it's 3 or 4.
3 or 4 out of 10. Okay. Okay, I need you to make a decision. 3 or 4. You can't have 3 and 4. Decide.
3.
Okay. All right, so it's 3 out of 10. Hey, Giancarlo. Sawadee krab. Okay, so Bruce, stand there. All you have to do, all I'm going to do, I'm explaining what I do. So again, I'm not so good in keeping secrets. This is in one of my books even, and it's even on my website for free. Okay, so if you go to wixway.com, you'll find this method as I'm describing it there. Okay, I put my intention in your center line. So the center line is from the top of the head to the crotch, going all the way down. Yeah. It's a theoretical point, but it's where he's balanced, yeah? Okay. But he already has energy in his center line. So why has he got pain? Must be something that he doesn't know, I'll assume, that is affecting his center line that's allowing the pain to be there. How do I connect to what that is? I use my psychic powers. And I am selling, no, I'm not selling. My psychic power, how do I connect to that? I think nothing. So I go to this 0 point and I'm asking the question, what's weakening Bruce at his center line to cause pain? And essentially, I would just want to neutralize that. Okay, that it's not a problem anymore, all right? This is also the most scary, you could say, the most scary part of the thing for me, because I'm standing here, I've got nothing. I've got no magical points to hit. It's just, I just listen to my body when I ask the question. Okay, so I've got to shut up for a moment. Probably everyone's going, what a relief, yeah? So I'll shut up, and then we'll see what I get. Okay, the first thing is solar plexus. So I want to strengthen the solar plexus. All right. The chest and the heart, okay. All right. And the feet, okay. So I'm strengthening all of those things, his center line to all of those things, okay. And then I do it twice because the second time I delete everything. So like reset. So strengthen, delete. Okay? Now your job, Bruce, is tell me, the moment of truth, what is the level of pain in your shoulder? Left shoulder.
So I think maybe 2.
Okay, so it's gone down. Okay. I am so relieved about that. I can't tell you. Okay, so let's continue. So we've got to change. Okay? Again, the weird thing about this method is sometimes he has no feeling except, whoa, the pain's gone. Yeah? Sometimes it's like, whoa, well, stuff is happening. Okay? But I don't know anything except, because I'm just doing 0. I'm trying to sit in 0 as long as possible. So except this sense of being centered and just connecting with knowledge. It's not like when I'm doing visceral work, I've got to touch his body, I've got to feel how deep, I've got to find, that's really knowledge-based and experience-based and so on. This is not knowledge-based, it's knowing-based, so it's an internal knowing, and it's directly spontaneous. So it is a kind of, Cam Yun, who developed it, he said it's like a completely new way of approaching problems. Okay? I don't think it's that new, but okay. So, I want to strengthen the quads. quadriceps. And I feel like there's a certain amount of nervousness, and I want to strengthen you to nervousness and insecurity. Okay? To balance it, I have to strengthen him to not being nervous, not being insecure, and being insecure. Okay? That balances it. I also feel like I want to strengthen him to other people's nerves and insecurity, them not being nervous and they're insecure, not being insecure. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, still solar plexus, but it's a different feeling. So we're going to say like there's also another energy from the outside which is affecting you. It's like 4 energies. So this is a little bit more in depth, so I'm just going to do the process really quickly. It's in the book on Amazon, but it's just a little bit more involved. So we're going to strengthen you to psychically remove, replace, restore, and integrate this energy. You with these energies, you're strong. Without them, you're strong. And then strengthen the energies to going to all 10 dimensions, black hole, the light, final destinations, the known and unknown. Okay? That's all strong. And then to delete. Okay, so strengthen and delete. Okay. Bruce, check your shoulder.
It's really better. 1, I feel.
1. Okay. So some people, as you know, like some people, it just goes really quickly. I just picked Bruce. I muscle test who I should pick first, so I pick him first because the muscle test says. Okay, so let's continue, see if we can get you to 0. Okay, so ankle joints, jaw, it's very physical things for you right now that are coming up. Brain, so when I strengthen the brain, I always strengthen the brain, the heart brain, the spinal cord, which is the brain, yeah, the tail brain, and the gut brain. And I strengthen them to each other, okay? So I strengthen that. And again, I want to strengthen your heart to being closed off. This is more psychic. Your heart to being closed off or open. And it seems like you've got some experiences of like needing to shut yourself down, and those experiences are weakening you. I think it's only about 257 experiences, so we're going to strengthen you to all of them.
Are you okay?
No, when you're working with energy, sometimes
I know.
my energy starts. Okay, so strengthen and delete. All right. How is it now?
I feel nothing.
Okay, good. 0.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 0 is good. Well, that's what we're going for. Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
You've been fantastic. Okay, shall we have Karen? Do you want to come up? Or okay, so Karen, I should give a bit of a shout out for. Karen is. Can you hold that as well? Karen is an inspiration for a lot of people because she runs yoga in the park, Chiang Mai, and obviously this attitude of being very kind and selfless and compassionate to everyone is something that's, I think a lot of people can really appreciate. So Karen, where's your pain? Can you say, can you talk about it? If you can't, I can still work on it because you don't have to tell me the story. You're feeling sad about something. You can say, I feel sad about something. Then I can say sad out of 10, and we can work from there. I can do that. Because sometimes with energy work, especially in a group, people can't say what it is. Yeah?
Actually, I'm just joking. Yeah, because people often suffer from heart pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I often feel, how to say, yeah.
頭痛
Side head. Migraine.
Migraine.
Yeah, migraine.
You have pain now?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What level out of 10?
3.
3 is a popular number today.
Yes.
Okay, so
Chinese number,
okay, can you stay there?
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
I feel it For me, I feel it on the chest. So I'm going to muscle test. So with the pain, she's weak. Without the pain, she's weak. Okay, so we want to strengthen her for pain and no pain. Okay, the energy on the chest, it feels like a dark energy. So is it your energy? It's not even your energy. So we just say that somebody, you see, thoughts are energy. Intention is the center of energy. So if somebody sends us a bad thought, even if it's not intentional that they're trying to cause us problems, it can cause us problems if we're sensitive, okay? So they're literally called spells. That's the way I learned it. If somebody sends you a bad thought and it upsets you, it's a spell. So we want to check. I treat it the same way as any other energy which is coming from the outside. It's just 7. It's just 7 different sources. So we're going to strengthen you for all 7. And psychically remove, replace, restore, integrate. That's strong. With and without is strong. Okay, that's both strong. Strengthen you for all 10 dimensions and so on. That's strong. And then strengthen you for deletion and forgiving. It's also strong. Okay, so we're going to strengthen and delete. And then the third thing. So it still feels like the heart is I feel like a tension in the heart. So strengthening tension in the heart, no tension in the heart. Relaxing the heart, not relaxing the heart. Opening the heart, not opening the heart. Closing the heart, not closing the heart. Okay? Then let's recheck. So I feel like it's vagus, like fight, flight, freeze. Like, you know the vagus nerve? It's the fight, flight, freeze, fawn, nerve. I think it's 4. I think it might be 5. Yeah, they now have discovered a lot about the vagus nerve. So we want to strengthen the vagus for all of that. So strengthen and delete. Okay. Okay, check. How's the headache?
No change. Yeah, I see it, right.
You know, but the nice thing is, I always feel people go, oh yeah, it's because people are standing in front of a group, that's why they changed. It's like, well, obviously not, yeah? So I'm okay. I do that, and by the way, if we don't get much of a change, I'm going to move on to someone else, that's okay.
Yes.
I do live streaming on TikTok, and I get about 80% of the people I'm able to help, and some people I'm just not. And I go, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, 80% in my profession is incredible success if you're getting that many, if you're helping that many people. Okay, so let's continue. So we want to strengthen your abdomen and your lady parts. So strengthen that. We'll strengthen you for your having babies and all of that, the experience of it, okay? We want to strengthen the spine, so all of the brains, strengthen that. And we're going to strengthen the gut, okay? So strengthen and delete. Okay. Check.
A little better, maybe 2. Yeah, I have to say I'm a reconnection. I used to study psychology too. So if my master just tell me, 5 minutes Tai Chi, or Qigong, or 3 minutes meditation, focus on somewhere. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But for now, just you were talking or idea, I'm a little bit later to receive the message, you know. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's my feeling, yeah.
No problem.
Master, yeah. Thank you.
Let's should we do it? Do you want to continue or do you want to sit down? Up to you. I'm happy to
Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Karen, 47 weaknesses, to delete them. I feel like it's past life things. It's actually other people didn't forgive you in a past life for something, and it's still affecting you. It just comes. I literally am making it up, but I always say I'm not making up because I was not thinking anything. So I said, okay, it's strengthening you for those past lives. I think I'm going to call it like 234 past lives, about not being forgiven. So whether they forgive you or don't forgive you shouldn't matter. Whether you forgive them or don't forgive them shouldn't matter. Okay? So forgiving and forgetting unconditionally. All right? What's the next thing that comes? I feel like there's always like unstable, and it's in the feet. So I want to strengthen you for being centered, stable and balanced and related to the feet. Okay? And then the final thing, it comes back to the heart. So I feel like I want to integrate the heart. Is it physical? It's physical. So related to the heart, and the heart-brain to the brain connection is strong. I feel it's to the arteries, the arterioles. So we want to strengthen the arterioles. It's the very small arteries, yeah, the arterioles. The capillaries, okay, and then we're going to strengthen the tissue, the cells, the molecules, below the molecules, atoms. Below the atoms is the subatomic. Okay, that starts to feel better. The quantum is strong. Okay, and subquantum is strong. Okay, so, all right, so strengthen and delete. One.
Yeah.
Everyone's following this formula. They won't go to 0 quickly. That's okay. It's a physical pain. It's kind of cool. For me, it's kind of cool. Anyway. Yeah. And I do this, as I say, it's not about being local. I do it across TikTok to Vietnam, to Bangkok, to Japan, wherever. Yeah. Okay, so let's try. I'm trying this side. The other side, not getting. I'm joking.
Okay.
开玩笑. Okay, so we're going to strengthen your mouth and your palate, your jaw, your teeth, your fillings, whatever work you've had, dental work you've had. Okay, and then that connects back to the heart. So that's going to be strong to the heart. 47. I feel like I want to strengthen you to justice, whether things you've been treated fairly or unfairly, whether somebody has treated you unfairly, or whether you've treated somebody fairly or unfairly. Yeah? So it's like, it's a very important concept for you, is justice and fairness, is what I feel. And because it's so important, it's taking a center where actually we don't have all the information to know what is true justice. It's kind of a paradox. We're just doing our best, yeah? So I want you to strengthen you that maybe you don't know what is the answer, but never mind, okay? So, all right, so strengthen and delete.
No, never.
How do you feel? What?
Yeah. I guess your words touch my heart. Yeah, really, I have been struggling, to try to tender, compassionate to someone, though he already, But, finally I decided, just like you told us, if you don't shout it out to him, you will shout inside of you, because we are not Buddha.
Yeah.
We want to show our kindness and compassionate, but there's still some people, they are not normal. Yeah, they maybe have some really special, just like you make a list, all kinds of problems. Yeah, we are just normal person. We can't heal. some people. We are just no person. You are not perfect. Yes, so be kind to yourself first. Yeah, not try to pretend to be kind, to compassionate, because if others are violent to you, others are cold to you, and they already have some problem, very special problem. Yeah, why you need to be so hard on you? Yeah, so. Yeah.
Thank you, Karen.
I really agree with Rachel Master. Today, there's. Actually, Rachel is one of my teacher in my group, Yoga in the Park Chimai. From the first day when we talk about Chinese, because I have been a very passionate and dedicated Chinese medicine learner and practitioner too. So when we talk about the first time, talk about Tao, Buddha, I'm shallow, very shallow. But Master Richard really has very deep wisdom. Yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
Thank you. So you got no pain in the head. That's what I'm interested in. I'm very simple. I'm just interested. Can I take your microphone?
Oh, yes,
but not grab you. Grabbing there. Can I? No. Okay. Who wants to be next? Anyone? Yeah? Penny, do you mind if I have this lady from the back, because I had you last time? What's your name? Ebony. Hi, Ebony. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You want to take that? Can you hold that as well?
I can.
This is so that we get a better sound.
Okay.
All right. So, where's the pain? Can you, assuming it's okay to talk about it, you don't have to tell me the story, you just have to tell me where the pain is.
Okay. Pain's here
Okay?
and in my feet.
Okay. Which one is, we're going to work on one. Which one is worse?
Here.
Okay. You have the pain now. Level out of 10 right now. 10 is the worst. 10 is indescribable pain. So 0 is no pain. So
6.
6. Okay. So it's pretty substantial. All right. Okay. So we have to strengthen you for loss, grief, sadness. Okay? I don't know you, so I have no. Okay, but I feel like it feels like an energy is just like going down, loss, grief, sadness. I'm going to relate it to a little bit of like darkness and heaviness. So I want to strengthen you for all of these things. And again, it doesn't have to be that she's experiencing these things, but her energy can be weak to them. Yeah? Does that make sense? I'm not doing a psychic reading. I'm not trying to say anything that has to be true. I want to say things or connect with things that are valid that help her feel better. Yeah? Feel less pain. Okay. It's really 235 weaknesses, so we want to strengthen those, and then to delete it, what am I after? It's interesting, so it comes up again, justice, injustice, yeah? Experiencing justice and injustice, having a very strong sense of justice and injustice, so I want to strengthen that, okay? And orientation and disorientation around that area seems to come up for me, okay. And then I feel like a violent response, okay? So whether it's yours or receiving it, doesn't matter. We want to strengthen you for a violent response, having a violent response, receiving a violent response, not having a violent response when you really wanted to have one, for example, and receiving a violent response when it's the last thing you wanted, yeah? So we want to strengthen you for all of that. All right. So strengthening the center line, delete. I'm checking, is it cumulative effects? Yes, it's cumulative effects. So this is going on for some time, so I want to strengthen you for all of the cumulative effects. Oh wow, it's more difficult. So also there was a moment where it crystallized. It's kind of like a moment where something, like the weakness in the center line crystallized. So the issue there was feeling vulnerable, feeling cold, feeling alone. Yeah. The second, the trigger was, being left alone. And we want to strengthen you for knowing and not knowing what to do. So strengthen and delete. Okay. Ebony, did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Ebony, what level is your pain right now out of 10?
A 0.
Okay, high five. Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, is that cool?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, so, well, Penny's the winner so far, I think, but that's pretty good, yeah. So, do you want to come up, Penny? Yeah, of course. I'm holding the space as long as Fortsies allows me. Okay. So you throw me out is okay, but otherwise What's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley, nice to meet you. You from the States?
Yes.
I guess. Oh,
No.
Yeah, sound the same. Yeah. Where are you from, Richard? Yeah, I'm from the UK. UK.
Okay.
The UK.
The weather is kind of yuck.
It's yuck. Yeah. No, well, we have lots of it. Okay, Ashley, can you talk about where your pain is?
The worst pain is right here.
The worst pain is in your...
The back of my...
Okay, the back of the neck. You have pain there right now?
Yeah.
What level out of 10?
About 7.
Okay. All right. So it's been getting worse. We started. Okay. Now, by the way, I'm not making fun of you. When I'm in neutrality, I just feel neutral. It's a thing. Pain is a thing. I do feel compassion, but I don't feel like empathy in the same way, and that's good because I'm not trying to feel your pain. A pain shared is not a pain halved. It's just more pain. Yeah. Okay. So 7 is bad. Okay. Already, if someone says 10 is the top, 7 is, it's pretty bad. Okay. So I don't know more than that. Okay, so let's see if we can strengthen it. Okay. Okay, so strengthen 247 weaknesses, so we need to strengthen to delete the pain. Again, it comes up on the heart, the chest. There's actual ligaments that connect the heart to the neck. I don't know if you know that, but I do. Okay, so we're going to strengthen those ligaments. Okay, the heart and the neck. I'm also going to just guess. This is not even psychic and intuitive. You've been in a car accident or some kind of accident, and everything's got thrown around and tightened up through that. So you don't have to confirm or deny that because we're interested whether it's valid, not whether it's true. Okay, so I want to strengthen. Tissues being thrown around, being just put in the wrong place and being under stress, and twisting and want to strengthen all the fascia, okay? And then I want to strengthen the tissues to their original place, them being a new place, and them to each other. So all of the tissues and all of the organs and all the systems. Okay, I'm going to check. So physical, non-physical, physical. Okay. So I'm going to strengthen you for loss, okay? There was a loss in your life, whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. Whether you had a loss, it doesn't even matter because I can be weak to loss and it can be affecting me before it's even happened, yeah? If that makes sense. It makes sense if everything is connected, or with energy it is, so it makes sense. Okay, so I want to strengthen you for that. Having the loss, not having the loss. Having the thing that you lost and not having the thing that you lost. Okay? I want to strengthen 47 people around you that were related to the loss, whether they felt the loss or whatever. Okay? And I'm going to say there's 123 people in total. So we're going to strengthen all of their energy, the center line, to having it, not having it, and of course you having it, not having it, and you being independent and free from it now. And then the soles of the feet, which related to your root, your connection with the earth. I want to strengthen you to Chiang Mai, I want to strengthen you to being here. Wherever you are, actually, I want to strengthen you to wherever you go. You automatically, when you get there, you're just strong. Okay? We have to strengthen you to not feeling welcome and feeling welcome. Yeah? So because I strengthen that and it doesn't strengthen. So I'm like, well, I'm here, I'm in a place, and for some reason the energy is not welcoming me. So we're going to strengthen you. It doesn't matter if it welcomes you. You're going to feel strong there, then it will welcome you. Strengthen that. And we're going to strengthen you for past lives. So strengthen you up the root, past lives and ancestors and descendants for that. Okay, so strengthen and delete. Okay, that's strong. Okay, how's your pain now?
About a
4,
4.
okay.
It's a little bit better.
That's a bit, stay there, don't go. I have a tick that I have to write it down because if you study psychology, you study things that tell you why you can't remember things. I'm dyslexic and I've got a short-term memory of a goldfish. So I have to write down the number, otherwise I'm going, what did we say it was? And you're like, might be spaced out, and you go, I don't know, something. So 4, all right. So let's see. So the weird thing is, okay, so I feel we need to strengthen your lower back. So sacroiliac joint is weak, so we have to strengthen that. We strengthen your sacroiliac. The sacroiliac is really connected with the legs, so strengthen the legs. We're going to strengthen the sacroiliac. It's called sacrum, the sacred bone. It's incredibly, experiences we can have from there are incredible. You're weak to those experiences, so we want to strengthen you to those experiences. So having a connection there and feeling good, again, it's kind of like a root bone, so we want to strengthen you to that root bone there as well. So again, that doesn't strengthen. So I'm going to say almost this is spiritual, that your ancestors, sometimes you go, why am I born? Why did I have to come to this? Yeah? Whether that's true or not doesn't matter. I'm just going to say, oh, we're strengthening you that. So you're okay with your bone, you're okay with your root. And okay means neutral. It's just a thing. Neutral is, I just say it's a thing. Okay? And strengthen your coccyx. Okay. Then, random. Do you like coffee?
No.
No. You're weak to coffee. That's interesting because it came up like coffee. I have to strengthen you for coffee. So it's really weird. So random. I just saw you holding coffee, and I'm like, that's not coffee. That's a microphone. So, okay. So strengthen you for coffee. Then solar plexus. Okay. So strengthen and delete. Okay. How's the neck now?
Move freer. Pain-wise? Sorry.
Yeah, pain. Yeah, stick with the pain.
3.
A 3? Okay. But you feel like, so we can also strengthen you for motion. So a lot of people, when they feel pain, they're weak to testing it. Yeah? So the energy, literally, when they start testing it, they weaken themselves. So we want to strengthen. Again, this is in the manual. Energy work training manual, unclassified. Yeah? Yeah, it's supposed to be funny. Thank you for laughing. Winona's laughing at my joke. I know Winona from Yoga in the Park, Karen, see? She's Yoga in the Park. Yeah. Okay, so I want to strengthen you for testing it. Other people thinking about your pain and testing it. You know, like later you say, oh, I have this pain and Richard did this energy strength and I don't have this pain. Actually, it's weak in the heart about talking about it. So talking about it later, so we want to strengthen that, okay? And then, it's interesting, I feel like jaws, teeth, any dental work you've had, any roots or bridges or fillings, whatever.
Crown.
It's going to strengthen you for them all anyway, so strengthen that and all of the structures, the mandible, the maxilla, and all of the bones. Strengthen all the bones in the head. There you are. It's easy. And then again, it's random. I can't say. I feel you might understand that I feel weird saying stuff. I don't know you at all, Ashley. I'm going to say stuff, and don't be offended. I feel like it's to do with an apology or forgiveness. So whether you wanted to say sorry or didn't want to say sorry, you said sorry but you didn't want to say sorry, somebody was supposed to apologize to you and you couldn't accept the apology, it's all around that. So it doesn't matter, it's all inside, so it doesn't matter, and it is all outside as well. So I want your energy to be strong to it. Whether it's a past thing or a future thing, doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so strengthen the delete. Okay, can you check?
Oh, I heard that pop.
It popped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a 1.
A 1? Okay, cool. People ask me, by the way, is this permanent? I said yes. It's like everything else, it's permanent. The energy work, the results are permanent like everything else. Everything is permanent, isn't it? Yeah. So my personal experience is some of it really, really holds and you go, wow, yeah? I've had pains in my body, which since I've never experienced again, that I really just like totally amazed. And I've had some experiences where it's not. I also feel that working in a group, I get faster and more powerful results. So that's kind of like nice as well, all right? Just my experience. Because I think I should be, after all, we studied a science, I should be a little bit scientific about it, okay? So let's see if we can. Okay, so I still get, I feel it's still in the back, so I want to strengthen the back. So physical, it's weird. Physical is weak, but it immediately becomes, physical is strong and then it immediately becomes weak. So it's almost like, I'm going to say energetically, being okay with the physical and not okay with the physical. Rejecting the physical existence or accepting the physical existence. Being a little bit nihilistic and like, oh, so it's not yours. So that's actually not even yours. So we strengthen you for a energy which is not yours that's affecting you. So it's 4. So we strengthen all 4. Cyclically remove, replace, restore, integrate. You with them, without them, with you, without you. Strengthen you all 10 dimensions, black hole the light, final destinations, time and space. Okay. That's strong. And being okay with them gone and this energy gone is okay. Okay, so strengthen and delete. Okay. How is that now? Just out of curiosity.
Still the same.
Still the same, okay. But I feel like I always notice a shift when that happens.
Feels like there's more flow.
Okay. So, So we're going to check some organs. And strengthen your lungs, your pericard, your bones, and the ligaments, so bones, ligaments, all of that. The joints are strong. Okay. The stomach, strengthen the stomach. The diaphragm, strengthen the diaphragm, or strengthen them to each other. The digestive system is strong. Okay, that's good. Renal system is weak, so strengthen the kidneys. The suprarenal glands. Okay. The urethra. Is it ureter? I'll straighten them both. Strengthen your pancreas. When I say these organs, it's only about whether her center line is weak, not a diagnosis of a weakness of the organ. Yeah? So we'll strengthen all that. We'll strengthen your hormonal system, strengthen all to each other. Okay, so strengthen and delete. Okay. What is that? Okay, check.
I feel my energy, but it's still not going.
Still not there. Feel my energy. Shall we do a last try, and then I'll
fine, I was like,
I'll pass. No, that's okay.
It's better than 7.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So turn the aircon down a bit. Can you turn the aircon down a bit? I can't see what I can't. My eyes.
Turn it off.
Maybe down a little bit. It's really blowing. The fan's a bit
You want to switch places?
extreme.
You want to switch places?
No, it's okay. It's blowing on you more than me. So I'm like hiding behind you. Actually, you're my windshield. Okay, so
Oh my.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to.
she's being blown. So yeah, I still feel it's like in that center. So I'm going to strengthen you in that center. I want to, like a spiral in the center. So strengthen that. Strengthen you to supernovas and galaxies and what is it? The astrology. Strengthen you to the astrology. Supernovas, galaxies, black holes, white holes. Okay, so strengthen and delete. That's all I got.
It works.
Yeah? Is it good?
I'm good.
What level?
0 in my head.
0? Well, that's what we were going for.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
Okay, that was so random, supernovas, and I'm like, no wonder I didn't come off. But I saw like this galaxy spiraling in you. Are you also an astrologist or something? Yes, yeah. Okay.
She's an astrologist.
Yeah, I know. I was seeing, I'm so impressed. Yeah?
Thank you.
It's called the senior art, astrology. They used to teach it in universities. It's very interesting. I'm still here, so if you want to come up, Penny, do you want to come up? Yep. Look, I'll do everyone. I'm probably going to sleep well tonight. Yeah, come. Just, it's okay. It doesn't matter, whatever you've got. Your name is?
Soul.
Saul?
Soul. Like
Søren?
soul.
Son?
Like better called soul.
Saul?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought I said. Okay, can you hold that as well, Saul? Thank you, Saul. Okay, nice to meet you. Where is your pain?
The left shoulder blades.
Okay, left shoulder blade, you have pain now. What level of pain out of 10?
4.
4, okay. How long have you had it?
How did I have it?
How long?
How long? Probably, I have a back pain, but this showed up maybe 4 years ago.
Okay, so you've had it for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right, so you've probably done various therapies on it. Let's see what we can find. So actually, I feel the space here. We have to strengthen you to that space there. Again, we have to strengthen you to this area, so the heart area. It feels like it's on the body instead of outside the body, so like pressure on the heart. Okay. Not the organ. I don't know anything about the organ, obviously.